A 381-LOAN. I'm serious. Call 381-LOAN now while it's fresh on your mind, or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 331480.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is holding their annual Bumps and Bruises clinics every Saturday morning through early November. These injury evaluations are absolutely free and open to every school and athletic program. So see us this Saturday morning at 3 North Florida locations from 9 to 10. The Brooks Center for Sports Therapy inside the YMCA. Preferred Physical Therapy, Fleming Island. And at Atlas Physical Therapy in St. Johns County.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Frank Frangie here. Folks, are you tired of the same old sports photos for your league? Well, call my buddy Jeff Gump at Jacksonville Sports Photography. They offer cutting-edge, cool ideas like stadium banners for your seniors. No league is too big or too small. Football, cheerleading, baseball, soccer, you name it. Jack Sports Photography, they're the official photographer of Baker Sports High School Media Days. To find out more and to book your league or high school sport, go to jacksonvillesportsphotography.com or call 201-9773 today.
Have you wanted to sell your home, but you're worried because, well, maybe it needs costly repairs or upgrades? Turn to Chad and Sandy. They're the only real estate experts that you can trust with the sale of your home. Chad and Sandy guarantee multiple offers in 3 days or sold free. Get maximum convenience and maximum sales price. And you know what? No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. Stay in your home after the sale while you close your dream home. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Joe and Nicole in Mandarin said, we had a family home sitting vacant and needed it sold. We listed with another agent and nothing. No showings, no offers. I heard Chad and Sandy on the radio. Chad gave me his plan. I got excited, and he did it. The home sold fast at $10,000 over the previous price. Chad and Sandy are the real deal. Yes, they are. That's why they're agents I trust and recommend for you. Call 904-414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com. That's ChadAndSandy.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
It's your boy E.T. And when I get triggered, be sure to check out my slightly salty instant reactions about your home team on all social platforms. Brought to you by Brackish, for those that live life slightly salty.
This is your Mad Dad's Update with Chapter President Donald Ford.
Mad Dad's is gearing up for our 14th annual motorcycle ride on September 24th. The ride is in support of victims that have died in a violent crime. The ride will begin at Harley-Davidson at I-95 in Bay Meadow, zigzags through the city where murders and shootings have occurred. It will end at Edgewood and London. We will go through Arlington to the east side, north side, Paxton, west side, Lackawanna, and end at Edgewood and London. There will be a celebration at the end of the ride for families who have had a loved one die from a violent nature. The ride will begin at 11 a.m. We're asking everyone to stand out and give us a shout-out. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think.
For information about Mad Dad, go to Mad Dad's Jacksonville Chapter Facebook or MadDadJacksonville.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. The Friday night lights have been shining all over the First Coast. This is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights.
Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services. Now it's time to break it all down. Here are your hosts, Hacker and Andrew Gibson.
And a very good Friday evening to you, Jacksonville. It is the Friday Night Lights postgame here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights postgame. As always, we are presented by Duck Duck Plumbing and Septic Services. We have a lot of games that have gone final. Some games are now into the fourth quarter. Here is what we have for you as far as finals. Congratulations to Mandarin, a 30-0 win tonight over Atlantic Coast as the Mustangs go to 3-1 on the year. First Coast over Riverside, 28-26. The Buccaneers scored and got a 2-point conversion with under a minute to go. So Marty Lee and First Coast, a win tonight over Riverside. It was the Coy Creek, boy, I'll tell you, for a second-year program, good grief. 60-10 over Ridgeview. Congratulations to Coy Creek. Fletcher, a 21-13 win over the Nice Panthers, so a good win there for head coach Seatric Faison and Fletcher. And maybe the upset of the night, although with a score like this, it's not really an upset. Our producer, Dylan Denmark, is just going off the walls in here as a Baldwin alum. Baldwin, 30-7 over Baker County. It is Baldwin's first win over Baker County in almost 50 years. Actually, no. Almost 50 years.
Wow.
Going back, to the late 60s, early 70s. So an absolutely incredible win for Baldwin. As I welcome in Andrew Gibson. Gibby, all kinds of good stuff going on. Jackson 35-6 over Spruce Creek. Some games still ongoing, but certainly a lot has already transpired tonight.
Yeah, you just mentioned the Jackson score. That grabbed my attention because Spruce Creek's a good program. Jackson to beat them the way they did tonight is pretty impressive. I mean, we're talking about a Spruce Creek team. I just looked it up. Last year, Spruce Creek was 9-2, and they went 4-0 in their district. And so for Andrew Jackson to put a number like they did on them tonight, final score 35-6 is what we have. It's a good start.
We'll keep you updated on Trinity and Bowles on 10:10 a.m. We have Trinity 27-14 over Bowles in the fourth quarter. Last night, a couple area teams got underway with Thursday night lights, and one of them was Bartram Trail. Head coach Daryl Sutherland and the Bears, they go to the state capital, to Tallahassee, and they come back with a victory over the Lincoln Trojans. Daryl Sutherland joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thank you very much.
Coach, in the last 3 weeks, at Daytona Seabreeze, win. At Daytona Beach Mainland, win. At Tallahassee Lincoln, win. I mean, you must be unbelievably proud of your kids.
I tell you, I really am. It's a great group of young men. They just come to work every day and get after it, and they're an absolute joy to coach.
Coach, your defense has been clicking for you. What has been going right for this defense at Bartram Trail?
Well, it's a combination of a few things. Our defensive staff does an awesome job of game planning and really putting a system in that gives a lot of ownership to the players. And then we've got really smart, hardworking players that have taken that and they understand what they're doing, and they're very selfless and team-centered. And everybody does their jobs and flies around, and it's really fun to watch. It's kind of, football, defensive football, the way we feel like it's supposed to be played.
Coach, one of the things I love about your program, you and your staff, is you don't have to play Daytona Beach Mainland. You don't have to play Tallahassee Lincoln, but you choose to, not only to get your kids ready for district play, but for the experience. And back-to-back games on the road in tough environments. That Lincoln team had been destroying people up until last night. You get a win like that, I bet that 2.5-hour bus ride home was very, very enjoyable.
Yeah, it was nice. It really was. And it's a great experience to get to go out and compete against great competition like that and go to a neat venue just the whole experience of it. And you're right, it's a great way for us to test where we are and continue getting better and to give our guys the experience of going against not only great competition, but also kind of that hopefully, Lord willing, a playoff type experience where they're traveling and having to, some of those other things that can be challenges.
Coach, as I remember correctly, I believe you guys played Tallahassee Lincoln last year, and it was a shootout, like 37-31. They got the game. I mean, what made this a different game this time around?
Our defense did a fantastic job of stopping a very potent offense on their part and got some takeaways. And then offensively and special teams, we were solid and, just kind of guys, like I say, I know it sounds repetitive, but just guys doing their jobs and everybody really trusting each other to do their jobs. And one of the things I've really enjoyed about this group, too, is how much they celebrate each other. You can tell they love each other and they care about each other's success. They really celebrate when the other one does, when their teammates do something. It's a lot of fun to be around.
Daryl Sutherland of Bartram Trail, they were winners last night over Tallahassee Lincoln. All right, Coach, you've had 24 hours to celebrate. Now it's on to what I guess St. Augustine is your next time out. We know the rivalry there. You have had some unbelievable battles with St. Augustine in the past. You finally got over that hurdle a couple of years ago. That's one of the games you circle, right? High school football in the area when Bartram and St. Augustine get together.
It's a great game. It's going to be great competition. It's a great environment. We'll be happy to be back at home in front of our home crowd with the lights and the band and the dance team and the cheerleaders and just Bartram Trail Friday Night Lights. I think it's just a great environment. And you're right. Kind of high school. The way you picture it. Just great environment, great excitement. Two great teams are going to get after it, and a lot of physicality and I think a very respectful rivalry. Both teams have a lot of respect for each other, and it's going to be a great game.
Well, Coach, congratulations, 24-7 last night over Tallahassee Lincoln. Bartram Trail now 4-0 on the year. Thank you, Coach.
I appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend. God bless.
Daryl Sutherland of Bartram. Again, Gibby, the Bears, a very, very good start to their year.
Well, the defense has given up 10 points in the last 2 weeks against Daytona Beach Mainland and Tallahassee Lincoln. That'll tell you what they're getting done over there on the defensive side for Bartram.
Absolutely no question about that. What a win tonight for Baldwin, and let's do it right now.
I know football.
Now, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Coaches Corner on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
To say that they are celebrating in Baldwin tonight may be an understatement. For the first time since, I believe, 1968, Baldwin has defeated Baker County on the football gridiron. Rob Shields of Baldwin joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, I can't even begin to imagine what that celebration was like.
Oh, let's just start. Let me tell you. We haven't beat them since 1968, so I got guys calling me that I haven't talked to in a couple of years, and people are fired up. The kids are excited. We're 2-0 in the district, more importantly, so we're going to enjoy this tonight, and then tomorrow we're back to the grind, getting ready for Terry Parker.
Coach, of course, we're going to take complete credit for that, having you on the high school spotlight earlier this week. That was obviously some great karma heading your way. All kidding aside, though, my gosh, I mean, it wasn't a game. You guys went into Baker County and dominated. I mean, what happened? Why were you guys so successful tonight?
I challenged the line and the defense, and it's just like, we put it on the table and said, look, if you do your job, we can be more physical than them and just run it down their throat. And that's basically what we did. We won the turnover battle. We had Christian Green, a ninth grade corner, had a pick six. I mean, special teams, we hit a field goal and made our extra points. I mean, it was a complete team game, and it was the best week of practice we've had. We're young. We're getting better. And it just, everything clicked, and we just took care of business.
Coach, what does this win tonight mean for your program?
This means we're 2-0 in our district. We got 2 more to play. We still control our destiny as far as that goes. But, 1968, I mean, that's, 54 years since we've beaten them? I mean, that's a big deal. That's 54 years. I mean, that's a heck of a losing streak we just ended.
And Rob Shields of Baldwin. Coach, you've won some playoff games out there, so I don't want to go as far as to say biggest win in program history, but as far as the regular season goes, I think you beat University Christian a couple years ago, but where does this rank as far as, regular season wins when you beat Baker County in this fashion?
Oh, it's a big one. They're 8 miles from us. You go to their stadium. It's a great environment. It's a packed house, and then you see their fans leaving at the end of the third quarter, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Coach, how did you guys contain Cam Smith in the game?
We just played our 50 defense, played our cover 3, and just the edge, squeezed on the ends, and backers ran, played assignment football, and everybody did their job. And we had a couple of 15 or 20-yard runs, and we did a great job of bottling them up. Coach Velvet, the defensive coordinator, he's a mad genius, and we repped every play they ran, so it wasn't like we didn't know what they were going to run. And we recognized the formation and recognized the play that was coming and ran to the ball and gang tackled.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Like I said, our producer, Dylan Denmark, is on cloud 9 right now after this win. I imagine a lot of Baldwin alums are feeling that way. You guys beat Baker County for the first time in 50-plus years, and not only do you beat them, but you pretty much hand it to them on their home field. It is a great night for Baldwin football. Coach, congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, Hacker. I appreciate it. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Rob Shields of Baldwin. Denmark, you're a Baldwin alum. You played football there. What does this win mean to you?
To say it means a lot is probably an understatement. I mean, like you mentioned, the playoff win last year was big. This is pretty equal to it. Would they be in the regular season?
And look, I get it. I mean, we had lost 18 games in a row at Wolfson. 18 games in a row. All 10 games my freshman year. We started 0-8 my sophomore year, and we beat Inglewood like on a last-second field goal to get to 1-8. And you would have thought we had just won the Super Bowl. So, I get big wins, but 54 years. The schools are separated by 8 miles.
And we haven't played Baker in the regular season like before last year in like over 10 years.
Right, and that's kind of what I was getting to. It's not like the game's played every year, but it has been since 1968. Gibby, what a win for Baldwin.
Insane. I mean, to break a streak like Coach Shields just said, I mean, what it means to the program is something that's hard to put into words. And what did you say, Dylan? It's a party in B-Town.
B-Town, that's Baldwin. That's what us coaches call it, B-Town.
B-Town.
That's what Steve Shields used to call it.
So a couple more finals that have come in. Ed White over Parker tonight, 37-0. St. Augustine over Menendez, 35-7. The Jackson Tigers, 35-6 over Spruce Creek. Tacoy Creek, 60-10 over Ridgeview. And what a win for Fletcher, 21-13 over Nice. Let's go to Seatric Faison, the head coach of Fletcher, always kind enough to join us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Coach, that's a big win. That's a good Nice team, obviously, with Marcus Stokes there at quarterback, and your defense looks like they held him in check, and you guys get a win there in the fourth quarter. You must be very pleased.
Somewhat. We jumped up 21-0 early. Kind of lost focus when the rain came. So, I'm pleased with the win, but we got to finish better.
Coach, you guys have played some really close ball games this year previous to this game against Nice that was also close. What is it about these close games that you guys keep playing in?
Usually the other games we played before this one, we started out slow, and the day we started out fast. That's pretty much it. Every game we done played in was winnable, but the good thing about it that we finished 500 in a schedule that I knew the first 4 games was going to be tough. And that's why I had set them up that way, to go through that gauntlet early and get ready for district play.
And to that point, Coach, every week it seems like your game was coming down to the wire. 27-20 and a loss to Mandarin. You beat Tallahassee Childs 30-28. Last week, an overtime loss to a really good Jackson team. And tonight, 21-13 over Nice. You have not had a game decided by more than 8 points in your first 4 contests. And I would think that would serve you pretty well moving forward.
Most definitely, and I told my players last week when we lost in overtime, hey, anybody could be 4-0 depending on the competition, but let's go through a gauntlet early on and see how we pan out. And I think the sky's the limit for this team, and the day was even a blessing because our passing game wasn't there, so we was able to lean on a running game that we haven't had all year.
Coach, tell us about some of the standout players from this performance tonight for Fletcher.
We had DeAndre Harrell, who stepped up, running back, who had over 100 yards rushing, touchdowns. Of course, my quarterback, he always keeps the poise and keep it calm and collective. But my defense played amazing. Mateo Davis had 3 sacks. Linebacker play was through the roof with Jemiah Joseph, DJ Paris, Eli Durden. So all those guys stepped up and played a great game against a good quarterback and a very good running back.
Coach, as we begin to wrap up against Seatric Faison of Fletcher here, as we get ready to talk Bowles and Trinity Christian coming up. Coach, when you talk about your quarterback out there at Fletcher, he's committed to South Florida, right? but I don't think enough credit is being given to him. He is a junior, and from what I hear, and I'm imagining you hear a lot more than I do, there are some bigger offers coming his way. People are beginning to realize out there at the beach that you got a pretty special one at quarterback.
Yeah, he's definitely a baller. You know, he's been with me ever since he was 5 years old. So what he's doing not surprising me. It's surprising a lot of others. I told people last year when he took over the starting quarterback ring and we won our 6 in a row and got into the playoffs, he was our quarterback. So him knowing that he was going to be the guy going into the season and putting on 25 pounds and also going 2 more inches, you know, we knew the sky was the limit for the kid, and the kid's just a great leader and got a great work ethic. So it's no surprise, and I think a lot of people are just now taking notice, but, you know, he's only going to get better.
Well, Seatric Faison of Fletcher. Coach, congratulations. Big win over Nice tonight. You're 2-2 on the year after a tough 4-game stretch. And like I said, those close games will certainly serve you well moving forward. Congrats, Coach.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me.
That is pretty crazy, Gibby. 4 games decided by 8 points or less.
Yeah, it really is. The Mandarin game was a touchdown game. Childs, a tough team always to play, 2-point game. Last week, overtime, 3 points against Jackson. And tonight was 21-13, a one-score ball game.
Toby Bullock of Mandarin, 60 seconds away. Before we get there, let's give you the scores that we have. Most games in the area have gone final. There are still some that are figuring things out in the fourth quarter. Riverside falls to First Coast tonight. Head coach Marty Lee and the Buccaneers get it done 28-26. The Bradford County Tornadoes continue to roll. They beat Gainesville Eastside 28-0. We just talked to Rob Shields of Baldwin. They defeat Baker County 30-7. Coy Creek 60-10 over Ridgeview. We just talked to Seatric Faison of Fletcher. They were winners tonight 21-13 over Nice. The Jackson Tigers 35-6 over Spruce Creek. St. Augustine, Gebby, 35-7 over Menendez. Good win for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, there's a little bit of history in that one with those two programs, and I think St. Augustine was, I don't think they were going to let their foot off the gas in this one, so to speak.
Apparently it has gone final in Clay County. Got to admit, I'm a little surprised. Oakleaf 26-20 over Fleming Island. We'll work to confirm that. That is the final we have. We'll certainly get Marcus Miller on from Oakleaf. I was out at Fleming Island on Wednesday, and I thought they were ready. But they knew. They knew how good Oakleaf was. The District of Death, right, as we've called it. And what a win for Oakleaf, 26-20 at Fleming Island. Ed White over Parker tonight, 37-0. And in the fourth quarter, Trinity Christian up 27-14.
That game's final.
It has gone final. All right, so Trinity is a winner tonight over Bowles as Trinity goes to 4-0 on the year. Let's go out to my neck of the woods, to Mandarin. Head coach Toby Bullock and the Mustangs, they are winners tonight over Atlantic Coast. Coach Bullock always kind enough to join us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Coach, 3-1 on the year. You play a rival in Atlantic Coast. We had 30-0 as the final. Boy, your defense was really getting after it tonight.
They are. They've gotten after it every week. Even in the Fletcher game, it was more offense putting them in bad situations than them having a letdown. And they were phenomenal tonight once again. And we're pumped to have them and pumped to see what they can continue to do.
Coach, I've got Carmelo Murphy for averaging over 13 tackles a game. What has he meant to your defense?
He actually didn't play tonight.
Okay.
He wasn't able to go tonight. He'll be back next week, but he's the heart and soul of what we do. He's what we call a mistake corrector. A lot of times when you have guys, he erases, as my DC just told me, he goes, he's an eraser. Sometimes we get out of position, we get misgapped or something, and he's there to make it happen and keep us safe. And luckily tonight, Calvin Roebuck, who's our Mike, moved the wheel and was able to step in and hold really well those giant shoes that Carmelo, gave us.
Toby Bullock of Mandarin. Coach, you're 3-1. Your only loss was a hard-fought touchdown game in a loss to Bowles, 27-20. I mean, you got to be pretty pleased with the way your team has played the first month of the year.
We're ecstatic. It's like you said, you want to be 4-0, but we're happy that we're in every game and we're able to compete in every game. And it's a compliment to my coaches and all the hard work they do. They're exceptional, and I'm extremely lucky to be with them every day.
Coach, I know you're asked a lot about him, but Jamie French, your wide receiver, I mean, he's got offers from everywhere. When you talk about Division I college football, what makes him such a good player at wide receiver for you?
He's tall, fast, and he can catch football. He's an exceptionally gifted, natural route runner, a natural pass catcher, and then he's just a joy to be around. He enjoys playing with his guys. He has a great relationship with Trammell and Boog Jackson, who's our other really talented receiver, and they both complement each other well. And the rest of the cast there, from Dalton Anderson, our tight end, who had 3 catches tonight, and Willem Grigo, who had a 60, maybe it was 80. It was in that 60 to 80 range on a slant on the backside for a touchdown late in the third. And, he does so much, and he's willing to allow his other guys to shine because he knows the more he's getting attention, the more other people are in a better one-on-one matchup to be big time.
Well, Coach, congratulations, 30-0 against a rival. That speaks for itself. Mandarin now 3-1. It's Creekside next week, right? That'll be fun.
Huge game for us. Mac does such a good job over there, and they'll come ready to play, and we're definitely going to be ready to play. It's been circled on our calendar, and we're ready to go.
Toby Bullitt of Mandarin, winners tonight over Atlantic Coast. Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. +2.
Toby Bullock, the head coach of Mandarin, 3-1 for the Mustangs. And look, Atlantic Coast, obviously, high school football, it is what it is. When you graduate a lot of guys, sometimes you have to rebuild. It's a good program over there, but they certainly are struggling on offense to begin the season.
They are, and it's got to get turned around because it's a tough sledding right now for offensively for Atlantic Coast. But, going back to Mandarin, what an impressive performance that was to defensively to not have Carmelo Murphy, who Coach Bullock just said is the heart and soul of their defense, didn't play tonight. And that's a guy that's averaging nearly 15 tackles a game, and they were still able to shut out their opponent tonight.
The Jackson Tigers are just playing ridiculous football right now. They are winners of 4 in a row, including tonight, 35-6 over Spruce Creek. Christopher Foy, the head coach of Jackson, joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Coach. Thank you. I'm a little hoarse, so.
I hear that. You were getting after it sounds like, on the sideline there. 35-6. Again, you play up in classification. You play a school that has a bigger student population than you, and you win the game by 30. I mean, you must be on cloud 9 right now.
Yes, I am, Coach. The kids were they were amazing tonight. The staff was, I mean, they everyone just wanted to meet the challenge.
Coach, tell us about some outstanding performers for you tonight for Jackson.
Well, I mean, we got Fred Gaines back tonight, and Fred was a large portion of our offense last year, so we got him back tonight, and we all just kind of rallied around him. I mean, he does so many things for us, but we found out tonight we have a stable of backs with him and Jonathan Jackson and a sophomore who's got a pretty nice mom. I think the kid's name is Christopher Ford II. He's a pretty.
He takes after his old man, I hear, right?
No, I was a center, Coach. This guy, I don't know where. I think he gets it from his mom. But Coach, they ran the ball well tonight. I mean, that's one of the things we try to do is just do things well. And I think from the three of them, we rushed the ball for well over 300 yards.
Christopher Foy of Jackson. Look, Coach, Grayson Howard might be the best player in the area, but there are a couple of kids on your team I want to give a little love to. Number 1, Terence Holland at the wide receiver position, and then your quarterback, King Johnson. How good have those guys been for you?
Those two guys have been incredible. TJ is just, I always tell the college guys, I know he ain't much to look at. He's not but God, Coach, his heart is big as Texas. He will do absolutely anything to make his team successful. He'll run it in between the tackles. He'll catch the hard pass. He'll run over the middle. As a return man, he's a weapon. And King is just getting better every week. And it's good to know we'll have him another year.
Coach, tell us about next week's opponent. I believe Rebalt's coming up on the schedule in a couple weeks.
We have next week off, and we really need it. But I mean, it's Coach Pinckney is doing an amazing job over there. You know, we had a chance to work out with him and scrimmage a little bit over the break with some 7-on-7, and you can just see the difference in that program. And it's going to be a tough ball game.
Yeah, we'll talk to you hopefully before that game. But final thought here with Christopher Foy of Jackson. I had Coach Pinckney on the high school spotlight, and look, he's trying to rebuild a Duval County public school in Ribault. And we talked about you and the job you've done at Jackson. And he said he's kind of reached out to you, and you've given him some pointers on exactly what you did at Jackson that maybe he can try to implement there at Ribault.
Oh, yes, sir. I mean, we talk all the time. He's a very good friend of mine. We kind of took the same road coming from the middle school. So you fall in love with the development of kids. And, you know, you because in middle school, a kid can change so much over a year. And so you take that aspect to high school, and you're a little bit more patient. And you just want to, you know, that if you just give the kids the right amount of time and opportunity, you know, huge things can happen. And that's what he's doing. It's going to be a great program.
Christopher Foy of Jackson, winners tonight. Winners now of 4 in a row as they take care of Spruce Creek. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Jackson, Gibby, is not just a surprise anymore. They're one of the best teams in the area this year.
Yeah, and like you said, they've won 4 in a row after losing week 1 against a Brunswick team that handled bowls. I mean, think about that. If not for that loss, of course, they'd be undefeated at this point, but they're playing their best football. What a month for Andrew Jackson.
Another very good Duval County Public School is Ed White. They are winners tonight over Parker. Their head coach is Lawrence Johnson, and he joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Coach, the scoreboard doesn't lie. Offensively, defensively, you guys looked pretty dominant this evening.
Yeah, our guys came ready to play. We played a tough game last year, or really the last 2 years, and our guys kind of had something out, or they were ready to play this week against Parker. Our defensive coordinator, Eric Sampson, he did a great job of coming up with a great game plan, and those guys played hard. Defense was just phenomenal tonight, and the offense started to really get rolling in the second half. So it was a great game all around.
Coach, tell us a little bit more about that defensive effort. How did the game plan work out for you?
Well, it was good. They couldn't run it on us, and we did a very good job. Our secondary is strong. We didn't allow very many completions. We had an interception return for a touchdown. So it was just an all-around great defensive effort. We had multiple sacks. I can't even remember how many. But those guys were flying around, and they were hitting tonight.
Coach, since you allowed 48 to Trinity in a loss, by the way, you scored 40 and were in that game in the fourth quarter, your defense has allowed 10 to Sandalwood, 13 to Inglewood, and you shut out Parker tonight. I mean, that's getting it done. That's 23 points in 3 games. You're averaging basically giving up a touchdown a game over the last 3 contests. That must make you feel pretty good how much your defense has improved.
Yeah, they have been. They kind of came back together on that next Monday after the Trinity game. And we talked to them, we watched films, we corrected a lot of our mistakes, and they've just been playing hard. And you say 23, but I can't give all that 23 to the defense because we've given away the ball on offense, and we've thrown a pick 6 and done some other things to put them in some pretty bad positions. But they always step up and they make plays.
Well, even despite that, Coach, you guys, your offensive side of the ball, they're scoring about 36 points a game. What else can you say about the offensive effort?
Well, they're doing a good job. Tonight I was impressed because we didn't turn the football over. That's what really I think has been slowing us down. So we aren't playing our best football yet. I was proud that we were able to cut out the turnovers tonight, and I think if we can continue to do that, we'll just keep getting better.
Well, Coach, congratulations. A big win over Parker. I believe it's, Riverside next week for you guys, correct?
Yes, it is. So that's a big rivalry game for us and a district game. So our guys will be ready to go.
Lawrence Johnson of Ed White, winners tonight over Parker. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Big win tonight for Ed White. All right. that was rapid fire. Denmark, great job. We just knocked out about half a dozen coaches right out of the gate. We'll come back, complete scoreboard update. We'll get the good Dr. Kevin Murphy of Southeast Orthopedic Specialists on as well. Jacksonville, we got a lot to do. We're here with you till midnight. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights postgame. We are presented by Duck Duck Plumbing and Septic Services right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Share your life with 1010XL. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Oh, wait. I'm going to take a picture and post it on Facebook. What? Hashtag
1010XL.
15,000 workers. I'm Brian Rose from Remedy Staffing. We survey 15,000 blue-collar workers each year to better understand what drives quality and dependability in our workforce. The survey shows when looking for a new job, the initial pay rate, job security, and safety while working are the most important factors for hourly workers. If you're an employer and would like to learn more about the voice of the blue-collar worker, please call us at 904-528-1933.
Tom Casey here with Griffin Service. As I look around Jacksonville, I see plumbing that can be held together better by duct tape, electrical work that can double as a shock collar, and AC work I know costs an arm and a leg on your utility bill. Save $1 today, but it costs you $10 down the road. At Griffin, we don't think you want, or maybe even know, you're hiring El Cheapo and cut rate work. So, if you need plumbing, AC, or electrical help, and you want it done right, call GriffinService.com and know you're getting the best.
Are you getting hit hard with higher costs and higher interest rates? Is your credit card rate going up every month? Hey, it's Prosser here. How'd you like to wipe out those credit cards before the holidays? It's time to call Loan Pronto because your home equity can rescue you right now. Your home value is still way up, and there's a ton of cash that you can get now. Loan Pronto specializes in zero-cost cash-out home refis. You can get tens of thousands in as little as 2 weeks. Pay off all those credit cards, consolidate everything into one super low payment. People who do this usually cut around $800 from their monthly budget. And even if your home mortgage rate goes up a little, it's offset by your current credit card rate going to zero. And when rates come back down, Loan Pronto will refinance you again for free. So don't wait. Call Loan Pronto. Do it now, and you can even skip your next 2 house payments altogether. Call 904-999-1508. Call Loan Pronto at 999-1508. That's 999-1508. Equal housing lender, MLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
Keeping your body healthy and active leads to a more vibrant life. A great place to do that is the First Coast YMCA. The Y is equipped with state-of-the-art cardio and strength equipment, plus group exercise studios where trainers host activities like yoga, Zumba, and cycling sessions. The full-court basketball gym and indoor 5-lane swimming pool are open year-round. The Kids Zone can keep an eye on your kids while you work on that dad bod. And it's all available with your family membership. Learn more at fcymca.org.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Play poker and help families in the Hold'em for Life Texas Hold'em Poker Tournament. Saturday, September 17th at Blessed Trinity Parish Hall. Call 847-778-8824.
To register for Police Athletic League flag football, cheerleading, and boxing, go to jaxpalsports.org.
The Amelia Island Charity Golf Tournament and Concert featuring Morgan Evans is Friday, October 21st. It benefits Folds of Honor, and you can sign up at foldsofhonoraigolfevent.org.
The Hometown for Heroes Home Buyers Program helps you get your down payment and closing costs paid. Call to learn more. 574-7180.
The Wounded Warrior Project provides what medicine and technology can't: community, counseling, and a second chance. Find ways to help at woundedwarriorproject.org.
If you're involved in a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, find out how at 1010XL.com.
Make one call to Harrell & Harrell. Let us handle your accident. The one number and one call to make. 251-1111. Harrell & Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Offices, Jacksonville.
Waste Management is paying a $5,000 bonus to CDL drivers and heavy truck mechanics for jobs in Jacksonville, Green Cove Springs, Callahan, and St. Augustine. Apply online at wm.com/careers.
Equal opportunity employer.
It can get hot as tar on the Roof It Right hot seat.
Turn the heat up, let's go!
When players and NFL experts join Jaguars Today with Mike and Tony from 10 to noon on 1010XL. Roof it right so you can sleep at night. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights, brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services on 1010XL.
Under the Friday Night Lights, Southeast Orthopedic Friday Night Lights. By the way, there's like one game remaining that has serious implications. It's Gainesville, Buchholz, and Creekside. Last score we had was Buchholz 41-34, 4 minutes to go. That is a district game. Oakleaf already beat Fleming Island tonight. We'll definitely get Marcus Miller of Oakleaf and what I imagine is a very happy bus ride back to Oakleaf High School. That is all coming up. But it would not be the Friday Night Lights postgame without the good doctor, Kevin Murphy of Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and he's with us here on 1010XL. Doc Murphy, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you doing?
Doc, we are good. Appreciate the time. We're going to get to the Bump and Bruise clinics in a moment, but I did want to ask you a couple of things. And let's start with Justin Herbert, Doc. The Jaguars are going to see the Chargers a week from Sunday. Herbert got banged up last night in the Kansas City loss, and it was announced today, and I've never heard of this. Obviously, that's why we're bringing it to your attention. A rib cartilage fracture. I didn't know, Doc, that you could fracture cartilage. What is the situation with Herbert, and is there a chance next week could be in question for him?
Well, there's certainly a question. Where the rib attaches to either the sternum or the spine in the back, there's a cartilage junction where the rib connects. And, it's really a separation, not a fracture. When you consider fracture, it's the bone that actually fractures. So it's not really a fracture. It's a separation of the joint. So, but it still hurts, and it's going to hurt, and there's not a whole lot you're going to do about it. So, it's going to hurt him for a good 3 to 6 weeks when he gets hit or when he breathes, when he turns and moves. So those injuries, you can inject it for pain relief so he could play. There's minimal risk to that if you get in the right spot. The risk of injecting that is you can inject it in the wrong place if you don't do it under X-ray and put it in the lung or other places. So it's certainly a concern, and it's certainly going to hurt him going forward here for the next 3 to 6 weeks.
Coach, Doc, is there anything that the Chargers could do as far as with the padding, a flap jacket, or whatever verbiage you want to use to try to protect that area when he's playing, games?
Yeah, minimal. They'll try that, but more likely they may inject it. Because just the movement is going to hurt. The expansion of the lungs or compression on the side. So when he gets hit, just the pressure of that or just the movement of that is going to cause pain every time that expands or contracts.
Doc, I would ask you about Jaguar injuries, but the Jaguars have no injuries. Their injury report today said no injuries to report. Is that happenstance? Is that just the medical team just doing a great job, the training staff? I mean, that seems to be pretty rare for an NFL team to have no injuries.
Yeah, it is pretty unusual. They're all little banged up things, but nothing of significance, so that's a good thing. So, when you have no injuries, you cross your fingers, but certainly no significant ones of key players. But everybody's got little bumps and bruises that are bothering them, but nothing that's going to hold them out from playing.
The good doctor, Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, the Bump and Bruise clinics tomorrow. Doc, before we get there, Jordan Travis left the Florida State game tonight against Louisville. Came back, crutches, and a boot on his foot. We don't know necessarily what the issue is. People thought it might be a knee. I wouldn't think they would put a boot on his foot if it's a knee. To me, that screams potentially a high ankle. Again, total speculation here, but you certainly know a lot more than I do. Crutches and a walking boot. Does that lead you to believe it might be an ankle instead of a knee?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you're not booting an ankle for a knee. So you're exactly right. You've seen enough of these to know either a high ankle or a fracture of his ankle, but certainly a significant injury.
And a high ankle, I mean, that's one of those deals where that could be a 4 to 6 week injury, could it not?
That could be more than that. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really unfortunate because Jordan Travis was playing very well. Again, we don't have official word yet, but it certainly did not look good. All right, Doc, the Bump and Bruise Clinics tomorrow morning. The good Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, he and his colleagues put them on at the Brooks YMCA on the south side, at Preferred Physical Therapy on Fleming Island, and at Atlas Physical Therapy off of State Road 210. Doc, these Bump and Bruise Clinics are designed for coaches, for parents, to take their student athletes in that got banged up tonight or banged up at some point this week, and for you to look at them, start the diagnosis, and start the healing process before they return to school on Monday.
Exactly correct, and it's free. It's a free service. We'll look at the athlete and see what they need. If it's something that we can manage right then with therapy and treatment in the training room there, we'll take care of it there. If it's something that needs further evaluation, we'll get that squared away and get it going Monday, Tuesday, early in the week, so that you don't wait till Monday, try to get an appointment, which, you may take a week to get in, and then you've missed a week of practice, play, and you're a week behind the ball.
And Doc, forgive me here, and I'm not sure if we've ever had this question. We actually had 2 people call in last week after our interview with you. Basically anybody, right, can come to these Bump and Bruise Clinics, correct?
Yeah, all comers.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a football player.
Perfect. So go take advantage of the good Dr. Kevin Murphy and what his colleagues provide on Saturday mornings. Again, the Brooks YMCA on the south side, Preferred Physical Therapy in Fleming Island, and where Doc Murphy will be, Atlas Physical Therapy there on 210. Doc, appreciate it as always. It wouldn't be the Friday Night Lights without the great support of you and Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. We'll do it again next Friday, bud.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
The good Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. We'll get back to high school in 30 seconds. By the way, that sucks for Jordan Travis.
It does.
Because he was playing very, very well. He left the game. Florida State's in a battle right now going into the fourth quarter. But when you come out with crutches and a walking boot, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that's probably not a good issue.
No, and it's a gut punch for Florida State fans because, like you said, he was playing good football. He's your starting quarterback. How much are you going to really expect out of Tate Rodemaker? He's not really, he just hadn't had an opportunity.
He's battling tonight. We'll give him that. He certainly is battling. But you're right. Jordan Travis is their bell cow.
Yeah, and Malik Cunningham just had an 18-yard rushing touchdown to put Louisville ahead in the game.
Back to the phone lines we go. The victorious head coaches. We'll get to Steve Brown of Paxson in one moment. Before we get there, let's head to Ribault. Boy, we're getting used to calling Aaron Pinckney, Coach Ram, under the Friday Night Lights. Ribault wins again over Westside. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me again.
Coach, 3-1 for Ribault. As you guys get it done tonight, a defensive battle. You must be very proud of your kids.
Hey, I'm very proud, man. Randy Round over there at Westside, they're doing a great job, man. But tonight, it was all about Ribault, man. My kids played very well, man. They came out just aggressive, physical, man. It was a defensive struggle now.
Coach, you got to learn to win, right? Your kids have to learn to win games in the fourth quarter. Truthfully, Ribault had been on some down times the last couple of years. But, man, they're figuring out how to win pretty quick. 3-1 against a schedule that has not been exactly what I would call easy. You must be very pleased a month into the year.
I'm very pleased, man. These guys are buying into what we're teaching them and what we're doing, and they're learning. It's coming around. They're learning how to win, and they're working, man. That's all I can say. They're working.
Coach, tell me about your linebacker. I believe it's Andy King. Tell me if I've got that right or not. Over 10 tackles a game.
Ande King.
Ande, yes.
Hey man, I call him everywhere the whistle blow. He on that ball. he's a great linebacker, man. He got a great IQ for the game. Very physical, fast. He's gonna be one of the ones to get signed this year.
Coach, you look at your defense, right? Even in the Sandalwood game, you allowed 15. Then you allow 7 to Atlantic Coast. You allow 7 to Stanton, and you allow 6 to Westside. What is that? That's 15, 22, 29. You've given up 35 points in 4 games. You're giving up less than 10 points a game on the defensive side of the ball. That must really get you fired up as a head coach?
Hey, and I'm a defensive guy. Hey, man, they had me crunk. I'd be ready, man. Friday night. Hey, we flying around that ball. You know, we got this thing where when it's time to watch film on Monday, if you're not in the film, you're not in the game. You got to get to the ball. We believe in 11 hats to the ball and do your job.
Coach, always great to talk to you. Tell us a little bit more about some other standouts in this game for you tonight.
Hey, the freshman, man, T.J. Cole. Man, he came in and gave us that spark offense. He scored he scored the 2 touchdowns. He's a freshman. He got his first offer yesterday from Florida A&M.
Nice.
The kid, great, man. He's great. We balance some injuries right now. I got Demontre Glee. He's out. He's the starting back. He didn't play. Calvin Gilbert is still doing great things, man. He's a big time recruit. We having fun, man. That's my biggest thing. We having fun.
Well, Coach, congratulations. 3-1 is a terrific start for your head coaching career there at Ribault. You guys get it done tonight. A defensive battle over a good West Side team. Best of luck, Coach, next week. We hope we're talking to you a week from tonight.
Oh, I hope so. Y'all take care. Thanks for having me again.
Aaron Pinckney, Coach Ram of Ribault. What a start for the Trojans tonight.
Yeah, it's insane to see what they've done. 3-1 to start the year, and boy, Coach Ram's fun, isn't he? He's an entertaining interview, which is always cool.
So, all right, Buchholz was up 41-34 on Creekside with 4 minutes to go. Creekside scored to make it 41-41, and apparently Buchholz is just now scoring to make it 48-41. And that's a district game. It's the first district game of the year. We'll keep you updated. That game cannot possibly have that much longer to go. Buchholz up by a touchdown right now. The other big game, Trinity Christian, a winner tonight over Bowles, 27-14. We're going to get Marcus Miller of Oakleaf on. Oakleaf over Fleming Island tonight. A huge win for Oakleaf out there in Clay County tonight as they beat Fleming Island. St. Augustine over Menendez, 35-7. The Wolfson Wolfpack, are you kidding me?
There you go.
They're flying the W on Powers Avenue over Harvest Community, 51-9. And the Brain Bowl was tonight. Paxson and Stanton, head coach Steve Brown of Paxson joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Coach, big win over Stanton. It's always, look, when high school schedules come out, Stanton and Paxson, it's a cool game. It's got its own little nickname, the Brain Bowl, and you guys were dominant tonight in that victory.
Yeah, we were able to get the offense going early and kept it cranked up in the first half for sure.
Coach, what offensively were you guys able to get done tonight on the field?
Well, they packed the box to slow down our run game, so we actually threw the ball a lot early and were able to hit a lot of big explosive plays to kind of get the momentum strongly into our side.
Coach, you've battled the first couple of games. Wolfson was back and forth, could have gone either way. You put 20 points on the board against Hilliard, but you finally get over the hurdle tonight. You get the victory over Stanton. I would have to think for you and your staff, that's a feel-good moment as a coach, knowing your players worked hard, they got it done tonight, and they saw the benefit and the reward of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was definitely beneficial tonight. And like you said, I mean, the Wolfson game came down to the last minute. And, you know, last week against Hilliard, yeah, we lost by 20, but we gave them the ball twice inside our 10. And we're going in to score. Instead, we turn it over, and they return it inside our 10. It's huge momentum swing. And I may have quite a few upperclassmen, but a lot of them haven't played much varsity football. So, you know, like you just talked with Coach Ram from Ribault, we're still learning how to battle through and win ourselves. And I think, you know, tonight's going to go a long way as the season keeps going.
Coach, how important has Kenyon Gardner been to your team?
He's important, and he hasn't been playing. I'm actually on Stephen Ikiekwu got hurt in the first quarter against Wolfson. Kenyon got hurt in the second quarter against Wolfson, and we had to grab our JV running back and put him in. And, you know, he didn't know much of the playbook, and we kind of were teaching him on the fly in the Wolfson game. And then last week he knew more, and we started even using our fullback at running back because he's now banged up. And we're just plugging and playing, and the kids are buying in, and it's getting better every week.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Big win for Paxson over Stanton in the Brain Bowl. Always a big win when it comes to that ball game. Congratulations, Coach.
I appreciate you guys.
Steve Brown of Paxson. Tate Rodemaker's making things happen right now. Touchdown Florida State. They're an extra point away from tying the game 28-28 against Jordan Travis. Did leave that ball game with an injury for FSU. To Clay County we go. The District of Death started tonight. Clay County, Oakleaf, and Fleming Island, the two best teams out there. Not only were county bragging rights on the line, but district matchup on the line. And congratulations to Oakleaf. Marcus Miller and Oakleaf go in there and get it done tonight, 26-20. Coach, congrats. What a win.
Thank you.
You sound exhausted, Coach.
I'm a little tired.
I mean, look, truthfully,
I
I was out at Fleming on Wednesday. We did a Hackers High School football tour out there, and I know they were ready. They did not take you guys for granted at all. They knew how tough a game this was going to be, and my goodness, you guys go out there, you get it done. You must be very, very happy.
Yeah, super proud of our guys. You know, first and foremost, I think the defense definitely stepped up. It was 20-7, I think, at halftime, and our defense just, you know, we bent a lot. They got a lot of players. We bent a lot. We didn't break. We didn't give it the big plays. You know, I told our guys early in the week, I said, the team that makes the least mistakes is probably going to win this game, and fortunately for us, that proved to be us.
Coach, congratulations on the win. I was looking back at this series history. Oakleaf now leads this series 7-5, and you guys, prior to tonight, 2-2 in the last 5 meetings. You've had some really close battles with Fleming Island. I mean, tell us about the keys to what got it done tonight.
I think your math's a little off because we've lost one county game since 2018, and that was last year to them. But that's okay. I won't correct you on the live air.
That's all right. I was just looking at what Justin Barney had in
well, tell Justin Barney he's wrong.
Okay.
We told our kids that, you know, that this series is 6-5 or whatever, 5-4, 6-5, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And do you want to be the team that lets it even up? You know,
yeah.
You want to be that team that lets it even up, because once you even up, the next one, if it's an L, then it swings on their side. And this is a great rivalry. This is what high school football is all about. We didn't have a pregame speech. We didn't have a halftime speech. I told them there ain't nothing I can tell you about this game that's going to get you more excited than just understanding this is what high school football is all about.
You know, we have fun, Coach, talking about this district. I think it's the hardest district in North Florida. I know you don't have fun, but that's kind of the point. You go into Fleming tonight, 26-20. Buchholz beats Creekside 48-41, and this is just opening night. It is a final. Yeah, Buchholz over Creekside, and this is just opening night for this District of Death, as we're calling it. I mean, what an incredible district this is going to be all year.
Yeah. You guys don't get to spend your weekends prepping for these teams. So, yeah, trust me. I watched a lot of huddle on Saturday and Sunday. My wife said, "Are you done yet?" And I said, "I can't be. We got to figure out how to win this football game." So, you know, yeah, it's a meat grinder, and it's definitely the team that comes out of this is going to be battle tested. I think probably put themselves in a really good position, you know, to work their way through the playoffs and to stay alive and keep playing. You know, fingers crossed that's Oakleaf, but again, there's a lot of really good teams. I said at the beginning I could see 3 or 4 teams making it out of this with the new playoff setup.
Final moments here with Marcus Miller of Oakleaf. Coach, maybe it's just me. I don't know. You tell me. But when people talked about this district, I get the feeling that a lot of people were talking about Bartram. A lot of people were talking about Fleming. Maybe a lot of people were talking about Buchholz and even Creekside. But you guys might have been the under-the-radar team, if you will. That's going to go away after tonight, obviously. Was there any of that motivating factor, you know, that you guys in the same county with Fleming, maybe they were getting more exposure than you, and obviously that motivated your kids a little bit?
You know, here's the deal. What I tell you is, yeah, people should probably be talking about these teams, and most of the time people aren't going to talk about a 4-6 team that's, you know, I mean, we were 4-6 last year, and we're sitting at 3-1 now. So, you know, we feel good about ourselves, and it's not our Super Bowl. We got next week to go, and we're going to get on a bus and go out to Childs, and then
and then we come back with a bye week, and then I think and then we get it back into district play.
Oh, it's not easy to go into Fleming Island and win. Oakleaf did that tonight. Marcus Miller, the head coach. Coach, congratulations. Go celebrate this one.
Appreciate y'all.
That's a good win, Gibby, for Oakleaf.
I think you can argue it's the best win of the night. I mean, for Oakleaf to do what they did against a Fleming Island team that, look, I mean, we're sitting here wondering, how good is this Fleming Island team? We were wondering when are they going to lose, and it turned out to be tonight. And the point being that I brought up with Coach Miller, it's been a close series over the last several ball games, and once again, Oakleaf winning tonight over Fleming Island, a pretty big deal.
And I love the coach speak that Coach Miller gave us last week, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not on Fleming's level. Well, I think Oakleaf had something for Fleming, and it's going to be curious now. Fleming Island and Creekside, every district game now is probably a playoff game for them.
Yeah.
And that's what this district is. I mean, if you finish third in the district, you're going to be doing some serious nail-biting when it comes to the playoff release date. So Fleming loses a hard-fought game tonight. Creekside loses a hard-fought game tonight. Two terrific teams in the area, but two teams now that probably don't have any more leeway as far as losing in that district. Another gigantic game tonight was on 10:10 a.m. between the Bowles Bulldogs and Trinity Christian, and Trinity gets it done over Bowles. Verlin Dormany of Trinity, always kind enough to join us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks.
Coach, big win for you over Bowles. Look, there's nothing that really needs to be said. Everybody knows you two are probably the most accomplished teams in the area for the last, 2 to 3 decades plus. It's always fun when you guys get together, and you were able to get it done tonight.
You know what? It is fun. You don't want to lose this game because, the bragging rights of who you think's the best, and kids talk all year long. But and they've beaten us the last 2 years in a row, and so for us to get the win tonight was really big. Our kids played just really. They played with a lot of heart tonight.
Coach, appreciate your time earlier tonight on the pregame show that you had, and you and I were talking about the defensive side of the ball for you guys. You knew you had to stop the run against Bowles. How did you guys fare in that department tonight?
You know what? We gave up some. They called us in a blitz one time, and Creases, the kid went about 40 yards, and then they pounded it down and got about a 20-yard run and scored twice. In fact, it was 14-0 at halftime. They come out and made it 14-14 in the third quarter. But for the most part, our kids really did a good. They bowed their necks and played great on defense and got the run stopped. And man, if you look at Bowles' offensive front, I mean, they're massive. And I thought, man, they're just going to road grade us. I didn't think we could stop them, but our kids played tough tonight.
And, Coach, you overcame some turnovers. I'm listening to the game. I imagine you were pulling your hair out there in the first quarter. I think you had 2 fumbles on the first 3 offensive plays, but the sign of any good football team is you were able to overcome those mistakes, and that's exactly what you guys did.
You know what? You're right. I told the kids, I said, I didn't say anything about the fumbles at halftime. I don't like to talk negative. I like to try to be real positive with them. But I did say this, this game's not over, and I know Bowles is going to come back and do something really good in the second half, so we've got to hang on. We've got to do it. And sure enough, it tied up 14-14, and then I just told him, I said, hey, now we're going to find out what you're made of. Are you going to just, get beat here and not bow your neck, come back and play? And then they did. I mean, they played. They got some great stops. Got a fourth down stop late in the game, and then Darnell broke 2 big runs that put us back on top, 27-14. So that was huge.
Coach, you just mentioned Darnell, another running back mate, Trayon Webb. We talk about him a lot because he's committed to Florida. But you and I had the conversation this week about Trayon. It's so important that he's healthy because he's been banged up the last couple of years. How important is it that Trayon's a healthy football player for you right now?
You know what? It is. I'm so glad that he's healthy. Not for us. Okay, I am glad he's healthy for us. But I'm glad he's healthy for him, because he's just battled injuries his first 3 years. Broken arm, hamstring, had ankle surgery, stuff like that, it was no fault of his, but to see him finally, and he ran hard tonight. I know Darnell had some great runs and some great touchdown runs. But, man, he was punishing people, Webb was. He turned the corner a couple times, and I'm telling you, he dropped that shoulder and that helmet, and, man, them pads were clacking.
Erland Dormany of Trinity Christian. Coach, final thought. Lake City, Columbia next week, so it doesn't get any easier for you guys. But, you've had so many guys go on to play big-time college football. I see another one for you at Florida starting tomorrow night. How about Austin Barber as a redshirt freshman, going to be their starting right tackle when the Gators take on USF tomorrow night?
We're so happy. Barber's such a great kid. His dad was at the game tonight. Of course, he's all pumped up, and we got to watch him last week play some, and so we're excited about watching. Hey, and I talked to the linebacker coaches at the game tonight, and one of the things we were talking about was Burke. He said Burke's probably going to get some playing time tomorrow too. So that's exciting for us. We'd love to watch our kids play on Saturday.
Well, Coach, congratulations, Trinity over Bowles. They have Lake City, Columbia next week. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, thanks, guys. Y'all have a great weekend because I am.
I know you are.
Erland Dormany, ladies and gentlemen, of Trinity Christian. Look, it's fun to beat Bowles. Anytime you can beat them. And if you were Bowles, it would be fun to beat Trinity. When those two teams match up, all the heritage, the state championships, they want to beat each other, and Trinity is celebrating that one tonight.
And they should. I mean, look, you can make a very strong argument. Trinity Christian's the best football team in Jacksonville, and you can make a very good argument in that case. And like you said, I just love hearing coaches talk about their players and how they performed in the game because he's talking about Trayon Webb just punishing people tonight, which you can see that in your mind just coming around that corner. And look, Trayon's 6'1". He might have gained more weight than what I'm seeing here, listed at 205. That's a big back.
About 1 hour down, over an hour down. We got 1 hour to go. We're with you until midnight tonight. It is the Friday Night Lights postgame, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights postgame. As always, we are presented by Duck Plumbing and Septic Services. More victorious head coaches to come, a complete scoreboard update, including the District of Death that started tonight. It did not disappoint. Buchholz, a 48-41 winner tonight over Creekside. It was Oakleaf, a 26-20 winner tonight over Fleming Island. More to do. We're glad you're with us. Under the Friday Night Lights, it's 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Sometimes you agree with him, sometimes you don't.
On the runway, I'm coming in hot.
CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco joins the Frangie Show Friday afternoons on 1010XL. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Here's Linda Beaver.
School's in session, and here's today's lesson. Buy any new vehicle from the comfort of your couch with virtual test drives, payment calculators, and home deliveries. Plus, every new car comes with a 20-year, 200,000-mile peace of mind warranty. That means it'll still be under warranty when you can drive. Plus, every purchase allows us to fund teachers' projects the entire school year. Your next assignment, get to Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Your deadline is September 30th. We're here to wow you and our teachers.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the Southeast to offer multi-unit hair grafting and the 45-minute PRP treatments. Grow your hair back. Call now for a free in-person evaluation. 904-777-IHRS, 904-777-4477, or visit hairforme.com.
Hello, Jacksonville. This is Greg McGarity, President and CEO of Gator Bowl Sports. The Tax Slayer Gator Bowl game and events have been a Jacksonville staple for more than 75 years. We support more than 4,200 local youth annually through Gator Bowl charities. Gator Bowl Sports is a perfect way for local companies and individuals to get involved. We'd love to meet with you and talk about how you can join our team. If you'd like to learn more, contact us at 798-1700, 798-1700.
Be confident you're in control of your banking with free digital tools, fewer fees,
and a team that's ready to help. Add an account at justbeyourself.com. Community First Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Let's fire up the flavor and ignite those appetites. Let's slow down and smell the barbecue. Because all your favorites are smoked for hours and ready for eating when you are. From our famous ribs to slow smoked pork. Enjoy some perfection by the plateful, safely in our dining room or in the comfort of your home. With curbside pickup, drive-through, and delivery. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Expert Automotive, Jacksonville's only automotive repair shop, where every car we work on gets a lifetime repair warranty. Never pay for service again once it's fixed. Winter travel is around the corner, and now is the time to get your winterization. Do you still have AC issues? Freon prices are falling, and we can save you money. At Expert Automotive, we service all makes and models. Call 374-3373 today to schedule your appointment. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
Atlantic Self Storage, the official storage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need to make room to watch football in your home or need a place to park your boat or RV? Store it all at Atlantic Self Storage. Over 50 locations in Northeast Florida. 24-hour access, all with month-to-month leases. Moving, they can help with supplies. They make storage easy. Go to AtlanticSelfStorage.com or call 877-WE-STORE to find a storage solution near you. Go Jags!
This is Hayes Carlion for Kingfish Pest Control, a local family-owned business that specializes in pest, termites, mosquito, and rodent prevention. I tell you what, when I got my new home, I had to put on my reporter's hat, find out who really is the best, and it turns out there's no competition. Kingfish provides exceptional service and treats me like a valued customer, not just an account. That's why I wholeheartedly recommend Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Does your home or building need painting? For over 20 years, Performance Painting has had the privilege of preserving many of Jacksonville's most prominent buildings. That said, we feel like we're just getting started. I'm Jason Parker, and our team thrives on preparing, protecting, and preserving the homes, businesses, and public buildings that make up our local landscape. Contact us today to put our years of experience to work for you. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting! Royal Pest Services, a local company you can trust. Royal Pest is a certified installer of tap insulation, which stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Reduce that electric bill by adding pest protection. It's that easy. Online at RoyalPestServices.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Friday Night Lights postgame, presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services on 1010XL.
On the doorstep of the 11 o'clock hour, we're glad you're with us under the Friday Night Lights, 1010XL and 92.5 FM with Andrew Gibson, the hacker Ryan Green with you. Boy, this is ACC football at its finest tonight. There are some just horrific defensive plays going on in this game. Louisville up 31-28, about 9 minutes to go. Florida State's down to the 1-yard line. How UCF lost to this Louisville team, I have absolutely no idea, but we'll keep you updated. Florida State would be a great win if they can find a way to pull it out on the road without an injured Jordan Travis. Okay, here's the way the scoreboard looks. Gibby, 30-0 Mandarin over Atlantic Coast. We had Toby Bullock, the head coach of Mandarin, on in hour number one. Good win for the Mustangs, a good shutout for that defense.
Yeah, and I think what made it most impressive for Mandarin is they didn't have their best defensive player, Carmelo Murphy, their linebacker, averaging 13 tackles a game, almost 15 tackles a game. Guy didn't play tonight, and Mandarin still pitched a 30-0 shutout. That's impressive.
Speaking of shutouts, Ed White shuts out Parker 37-0. Ed White now 3-1 on the year, winners of 3 games in a row.
Yeah, look, Ed White, they're a team that's averaging 36 points a game on offense. The defense, as we talked about with Coach Johnson, is doing a terrific job as well. I mean, they're only giving up a couple, 10 points here, 3 points there. So I think Ed White's really put it all together as a full football team.
Paxson, a 41-6 winner tonight over Stanton in the Brain Bowl. It was First Coast 28-26 over Riverside. That's 2 in a row for the First Coast Buccaneers and head coach Marty Lee.
Yeah, and good for them. Hopefully we'll get Coach Lee on at some point. He's always a fun interview with Coach Marty Lee over there at First Coast. But, they're a team that we haven't talked a whole lot about yet this season, but lo and behold, they're 2-1.
First time since 1968 that Baldwin beats Baker County on the high school gridiron, and they just pummeled them. Baldwin, a 30-7 win tonight over Baker County. Gibby, am I surprised Baldwin won? A little. Am I surprised they won by 23? I'm shocked by that. What a performance by Baldwin.
Yeah, and what a performance they did on the running back for Baker County. Cam Smith put up over 300 yards last week in the game in Georgia. And like Coach said, they played their 50 defense, and they were able to really get after him. And that's a great defensive plan against the Baker County running back. But, that's a monumental victory for the Baldwin program.
More victorious head coaches to come, more scores to give you, but let's head out to Episcopal High School. Marcus Wells and Episcopal, they are winners tonight over West Nassau. Coach Wells joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Coach, good win for you guys. Looked like it was a pretty dominating performance.
You know what? The second half, we came out and played a lot better. It was a pretty tight game in the first half. We were fortunate to have a bye week last week, and y'all know West Nassau has that offense, that double wing, double tight. So we had a little bit of extra time to prepare for it, but we really didn't get it going until the second half, and our guys stepped up and played really, really well.
Coach, if I've got this right, Christian Davis is putting up some big numbers for you this year. Tell me about him.
So Christian came over. He's a senior for us. He came over from Stanton, and he's just taken what we want to do and kind of incorporated it into his normal routine, and he's just been a great fit for us, both from a football standpoint, but really from a personality standpoint. He's coachable, great kid, hard worker, always in the weight room, and he just fits with what we want to do as a program.
Coach, did you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish during the bye week? You come out tonight, like you said, a great performance after the bye. Did you get the work done you wanted to?
We did. Everybody knows that the weather has been crazy the past couple weeks, so it kind of calmed down during the bye and this week, so we were able to get some really solid practice time in, get some of our young guys a lot of reps during practice, and truthfully get some other running backs some reps as well, because Christian was tilting the ball a lot in those first two games, so we're able to spread it out a little bit more tonight, and so the bye week helped us do that.
Coach, tell us about next week, your opponent next week.
So we play NFEI next week. They always have a few athletes on the field that we got to be ready for. They'll always have some speed. They usually try to spread it out. So it's going to be a challenge for our secondary guys for sure. We're going to try and pound the ball like we've been having success the first three games. So we'll obviously give the ball to Christian and incorporate our other two really good running backs.
Marcus Wells of Episcopal winners tonight over West Nassau. All right, Coach, 3-0 on the year. Are you where you thought you'd be at this point in the year, surpassing your expectation? What's your thought process there?
Truthfully, we are where we want to be. We thought Orange Park and this game against West Nassau are 50-50 games. So for us to be on top for those two games, it just catapults us really from a confidence standpoint, because y'all know we're in a pretty tough district with Bowles and Bishop Kenny, who are having great starts to their season, and even though Bowles went down again tonight, but we know they're going to be tough. So for us to have some confidence going into district play, it helps us tremendously.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Nice win for Episcopal, and they are now 3-0 on the year. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Marcus Wells of Episcopal. Let's head to St. Johns County. Brian Braddock of St. Augustine. They are winners tonight, an in-county game over Menendez, and Coach Braddock joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, appreciate it. Good to get back on the winning track.
Yeah, Coach, it was a tough one for you guys up there in Georgia last week. You come back with a rivalry game in St. Johns County against a decent Menendez team, and boy, you guys took it to them in a 35-7 victory. You must be pretty pleased right now.
Yeah, it was. It was interesting. We played on Saturday with the weather. We were there late Saturday night. Played an extremely good Coffee County team, and I think grew some over the course of that game, had some opportunities in that game against a really good team, and just, learned a lot, and we're better for it. And tonight we're able to start real fast, It was 21-0 pretty quick, so I was super pleased with that. And still a long way for us to go. We're still still just scratching the surface, but definitely glad that we started fast tonight.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've got Devonte Lyons at over 150 yards rushing a game. What has he been doing so well for you this year?
He's just a really gifted tailback. And it's not been easy, especially when you look at some of the people we've played. We've played some really physical, high-quality opponents. And, he's got 4 new starters and an offensive line in front of him. We're playing anywhere from 4 to 7 sophomores at a time on offense. So last year, he was kind of the beneficiary of a lot of linemen who'd played a lot of football with a 4-year starter and a 3-year starter up front. And this year it's been harder, tougher sledding for him, but he's still doing a great job, and glad he had a good night tonight.
Brian Braddock of St. Augustine, winners tonight over Menendez. That's one St. Johns County rivalry in the books, and boy, a great one next week. Anytime St. Aug and Bartram Trail get together, that's a game that's pretty much circled on any high school football fan's calendar here in Northeast Florida. What does that rivalry mean to you, and how excited are you for that opportunity next week?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a great night playing Bartram, and it hasn't been as crazy as it used to be the last few years, although we've had some interesting games, but maybe not some of just the wild endings like we had for a stretch of years there. But no, it's exciting, really first and foremost because they're just an outstanding football team. They're just suffocating everybody they play defensively. They're like a big boa constrictor, and just kind of suffocating people, and they're tapping out, and they're winning games, 20-7, 24-7, 17-3, and just they're dominating good football teams. So it's going to definitely be a tough challenge for us. And I tell you, they graduated a ton of talent, and I was talking with one of my coordinators today. I truly am so impressed by their staff and Coach Sutherland. Not that that's breaking news, but they turned over a ton of players, and it looks no different on the field. That defense is playing at a high level. So, it's a credit to them, and it's going to be a big challenge for us.
Coach, I don't know how much you've gotten a chance to watch the film of Bartram Trail's defense, but I was going to ask you what makes that defense so good.
Yeah. They don't have, this is a compliment, so I want to first and foremost say that. They don't have some of that just out-of-this-world individual talent that they may have had the last 2 years. But what they've got is a bunch of really, really good football players that are exceptionally well coached. And they do the 2 things that are most important to play great defense. They play with exceptional effort, and they're exceptionally physical. And that's a credit to their staff, and it's a credit to those kids. Those kids obviously practice very hard. They've obviously lifted very hard. So I have a ton of respect for what I've seen on film of their defense. Like I said, they graduated, kids going to play college football all over the country. And you put the film on, and they're playing at every bit as high a level as what I can remember seeing. So that's just just me being honest. And as a defensive coach, I appreciate it, and it's credit to them.
It'll certainly be one of the games of the week. No question about that. St. Augustine and Bartram Trail next Friday night. Brian Braddock of St. Augustine, winners tonight over Menendez, 35-7. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.
Good win there for St. Augustine. Gibby, it was a good win for University Christian. Head coach David Penland and UC get a 56-8 win over Christ Church. And Coach Penland joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Coach, 56-8, obviously. That speaks for itself. Offensively and defensively, you guys had it rolling tonight.
Yeah, we played real well on both sides of the ball. Special teams had a score, had I believe a pick 6 for a score, maybe 2, and then offense was rolling pretty well too.
Coach, what's been the solution for your defense to be playing the way that they're playing so far?
We just challenge them to play fast and physical, and we want to play like our hair's on fire on defense, and our guys have done a good job of that. We're pretty fast everywhere on defense. So it's we just come up with a game plan and practice hard all week and let these guys play ball. That's pretty much we got some talent on the defensive side of the ball, and put them in the best positions that we can and let them do their thing.
Yeah, you're only allowing 7 points per game in your first 4 contests. Again, David Penland of University Christian. Coach, you've had some really good football teams. You got a lot of state championships certainly over there. Not to compare this team to those yet, but 4 games in, do you like where you are?
I like where we're headed. We're playing as a team, and these guys are believing what we're teaching, and they're coachable and they're having fun, and that's the main ingredients to become a great team. And so I'm definitely happy and pleased what direction we're headed.
Coach, according to the schedule I've got, you guys are going to go play Rabun Gap in Georgia next week.
Yes, sir. We got a little 7-hour bus ride.
Wow.
I'm familiar with Rabun Gap. My high school in North Carolina played against Rabun Gap many times.
Yeah, they're in Georgia, but they're like 4 miles from North Carolina. And they're a boarding school, so they play in that North Carolina conference. Derek White's the head coach up there. I played a team that he had over in North Carolina, Ben Lipton. So we always keep in touch, and he had an opening, and so I always like to do an out of town trip. And I think they got 33 kids from different countries on their team and 9 from different states. So they got they're big, and it'll be interesting. It'll be a good game for us, and we need it. We need the competition and just the traveling and all that stuff. It's good for us.
Well, David Penland of University Christian, winners tonight over Christchurch. Congratulations, Coach.
Appreciate it, guys.
UC remaining undefeated on the year. Boy, Gibby, we've seen some real separation tonight with, blowout victories, teams getting to 3-0 and 4-0 on the year. Pretty impressive performances across the area.
Yeah, it really has been. I think the one that stands out to me is Oakleaf over Fleming Island. That was one that, you want to talk about supremacy in Clay County. We thought that Fleming Island was going to be undefeated for a little while, and Oakleaf has really made their stamp on things, winning tonight 26-20. I don't know how many people would disagree that Trinity Christian's the best team in Jacksonville right now. Bartram Trail could certainly make an argument that they're right there, but Trinity beating Bowles the way they did tonight, 27-14. It's a tough little stretch there for Bowles. They've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, and they have some issues on offense with some guys that did not play tonight. So hopefully Bowles can get healthy and get back in the win column sooner rather than later. With Andrew Gibson, the hacker Ryan Green with you. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights postgame. We are presented by Duck Duck Plumbing and Septic Services. More to do. Glad you're with us under the Friday Night Lights. It's 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Take Jacksonville with you.
There's no place like home.
Listen to 1010XL away from home.
Oh, but anyway, Toto, we're home. Home.
Download the 1010XL and XL 92.5 FM apps for free on Apple and Android devices.
Tom Casey here with Griffin Service. As I look around Jacksonville, I see plumbing that can be held together better by duct tape, electrical work that can double as a shock collar, and AC work I know costs an arm and a leg on your utility bill. Save $1 today, but it costs you $10 down the road. At Griffin, we don't think you want, or maybe even know, you're hiring El Cheapo and cut rate work. So, if you need plumbing, AC, or electrical help, and you want it done right, call GriffinService.com and know you're getting the best.
Frank Frangie here. Folks, are you tired of the same old sports photos for your league? Well, call my buddy Jeff Gump at Jacksonville Sports Photography. They offer cutting-edge, cool ideas like stadium banners for your seniors. No league is too big or too small. Football, cheerleading, baseball, soccer, you name it. Jack Sports Photography, they're the official photographer of Baker Sports High School Media Days. To find out more and to book your league or high school sport, go to JacksonvilleSportsPhotography.com or call 201-9773 today.
Though no longer little, teens still need a lot of love. Yet teens in foster care have a harder time finding it, as 82% of foster families are home to kids 12 or younger. You can positively impact a teen's life as a foster parent. With help from Family Support Services of North Florida, you provide patience, love, and understanding, and Family Support Services will offer specialized training, resources, and a community of support. Take the next step at foster-now.org. That's foster-now.org.
Pickett here for Roof It Right. Don't do it, people. Don't do it. I've told you once. I've told you twice. I'll tell you thrice. Don't let anyone touch your roof if the truck doesn't say
roof it right. If you need help with your roof this hurricane season, roof it right. Need a warranty that's going to actually protect you? Roof it right. You say you got a little leak? Yeah, I'd roof it right too. See them today at roofitRightFL.com. That's roofitRightFL.com. Roof it right so you can sleep at night.
Did you know that all graduates of Local 234's apprenticeship program are licensed journeymen? That means all plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC techs will have hundreds of hours of experience and have passed the Jacksonville City Licensed Journeyman exam. They're the best trained and safest skilled tradespeople in the industry. Don't leave yourself exposed to inadequate workmanship or even danger. Always hire a licensed journeyman. Local 234. Make the right connection. Equal opportunity employer.
Mike Dempsey here with a serious message. The bill is passed and the IRS is increasing collection enforcement. Accelerated Tax Solutions has implemented the zero-wait tax hotline to help you know what these changes mean to you and your family. I've met their local legal team led by an experienced tax attorney. They're ready to consult with you over the phone right away. Like I said, a zero-wait tax hotline. Call today, 652-0000. That's 652-0000 for Accelerated Tax Solutions.
Drivers and heavy truck mechanics, if you like sports, then you're going to love working at Waste Management.
We have a team atmosphere here where we're looking out for one another. We jump in to help out.
Listen up. WM is now offering a $5,000 new hire bonus to CDL drivers and heavy truck mechanics for jobs at our sites in Jacksonville, Green Cove Springs, Callahan, and St. Augustine.
It's camaraderie. It's everything. I like it.
Steady work, competitive pay, weekly paychecks, opportunities for overtime, paid training, and a generous boot and tool allowance.
Plus, over-the-top benefits like 100% tuition coverage for you and your family, and home every day.
CDL drivers and heavy truck mechanics. Apply online at WM.com/careers. That's WM.com/careers. Search driver and mechanic jobs in Jacksonville, Green Cove Springs, Callahan, and St. Augustine, Florida.
A people-first, military-friendly, equal opportunity employer.
We are WM.
Mia O'Brien here, still providing the best multimedia sports coverage in Northeast Florida on 1010XL radio, video, and social channels. Catch Mia's Quick Hits, driven by Arlington Toyota. It's Mo Time with Mo Bryan.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Play poker and help families in the Hold'em for Life Texas Hold'em Poker Tournament. Saturday, September 17th at Blessed Trinity Parish Hall. Call 847-778-8824.
To register for Police Athletic League flag football, cheerleading, and boxing, go to jaxpalsports.org.
The Amelia Island Charity Golf Tournament and Concert featuring Morgan Evans is Friday, October 21st. It benefits Folds of Honor, and you can sign up at foldsofhonoraigolfevent.org.
The Hometown for Heroes Home Buyers Program helps you get your down payment and closing costs paid. Call to learn more. 574-7180.
The Wounded Warrior Project provides what medicine and technology can't: community, counseling, and a second chance. Find ways to help at woundedwarriorproject.org.
If you're involved in a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, find out how at 1010XL.com. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Friday Night Lights postgame, presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services on 1010XL.
With Andrew Gibson, the hacker Ryan Green with you. Glad you are with us under the Friday Night Lights. Gibby, as we look at the scoreboard, let's talk about the teams that we air on our stations on 1010 AM, 92.5 FM. We'll begin with Bishop Kenny. They are now 4-0 on the year after a homecoming win over Hollis Christian, and 4-0 is 4-0. Granted, the competition they've played, it'll get tougher, certainly, and they're aware of that. But you can't be any better than 4-0 after 4 games, and Bishop Kenny playing very, very well right now.
Yeah, and head coach Tim Kraus just texted me just now, and he said he's chaperoning the homecoming dance. So
yes.
It's possible he could get free in a few minutes, but maybe before the show is done, we'll get Coach Tim Kraus on. 4-0 is 4-0. I know that's... like you said, the competition may not be as strong as what some other teams have faced, but look, you play who's on the schedule, and Bishop Kenny's 4-0 right now, and they've done a good job. I mean, this morning I got a chance to interview James Reeser, the quarterback who this past week committed to Iowa. And so, look, they've got a good football team.
James Reeser did commit to Iowa, as you mentioned. For people that have not seen him, what kind of quarterback is he?
He's a dual threat. He's a guy that can really run the football. I think he's trying to improve on his accuracy as a thrower, as a passer, but the running threat is definitely there for James Reeser. He had a game about 2 weeks ago where he had 6 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 3 passing, had a big score. I don't know his final numbers tonight, but I know he had a good game.
And then on 10:10 a.m., Bowles falls to Trinity Christian 27-14. Look, Bowles does not lose a lot of back-to-back games. Granted, they've been to Brunswick and to Trinity Christian, 2 really good teams. But Bulldogs have to figure some things out here as we get deeper into the season.
Well, I mean, let's think about this. Bowles lost a lot on their defensive side last year. You know, Hayden Schwartz, Bradley Mann, all these different guys that left the program.
Jack Pyburn.
Jack Pyburn that's now at Florida. There's a lot of guys you had to replace. Of course, we know Cade Frew's not there anymore, the running back. And look, we're not sitting here making excuses for Bowles, but they lost a lot of talent. Now, they have a lot of talent at Bowles still, but it's a tough stretch right now. Brunswick is really good. Trinity probably is the best team in Jacksonville right now.
They are flying the W. Flag on Powers Avenue. Wolfson gets it done tonight over Harvest Community. Steb Durham, the head coach of the Wolfson Wolfpack, joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Coach, dominant performance tonight, 51-9. You guys improve to 2-2 on the year. You must be very pleased.
Yes, sir. I'm pleased and expecting more. We're going to go back in the lab and get everything going. We got a great opportunity.
You know, Coach, you talk about growth as a program, right? And last week you very easily could have won that Providence game. It was kind of a fluke play there in the fourth quarter. It'd be very easy for your team to go, woe is me, and come out flat this week, but that obviously wasn't the case. So kudos to you and your staff for getting your guys ready to play tonight.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. We're going to keep working. We're going to keep working and grinding.
Coach, tell us about a few standout performers tonight. 51 points. A lot of guys had to contribute.
Yes. Jordan Bell, kick return. I'm sure he had well over 100 yards. Tyler Terry, over 100 yards. And we had a receiver, we call him Chicken Nugget. Chicken Nugget with 2 big pass plays in the sweep. They're pretty good. So we're going to keep pushing forward for these next few games, and we got a great opportunity.
Coach, how good does it feel to go into a bye week after a performance like this?
It feels great, and it also gives everybody something to go off for the upcoming weeks and stuff, so that we can get this thing rolling for the season.
Well, Steb Durham of Wolfson, winners tonight over Harvest Community. The Wolfpack now 2-2 on the year. Congratulations, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Nice win there for Wolfson. All right, Gibby, other scores. The District of Death began tonight. Oakleaf 26-20 over Fleming. Again, I can't begin to tell you what a good win that is for Marcus Miller and Oakleaf, beating a really good Fleming Island football team.
Yeah, it's a win that's going to open some eyes around the area. I think that Fleming Island, if you ask most people the best team in Clay County coming into tonight, well, they would have said no doubt it's Fleming Island, and you're going to have a different answer now because Oakleaf just beat them, and it's if you play a 7-game series, who knows who might have won, but tonight it was Oakleaf.
No doubt a tough loss for Creekside tonight, 48-41. They just cannot figure out that Gainesville-Buchholz hurdle. Buchholz beats them again. That's a district loss for Creekside. So now Creekside and Fleming are in a situation where they probably have to win out if they want a sure shot at the postseason.
Well, and that's the tough thing about being in a district like this is that, a district loss, just one, is trouble for you.
It is, no question about that. Interlochen 14-12 over Fernandina Beach. It was St. Augustine 35-7 over Menendez. The Jackson Tigers, Gibby, continue to play good football, 35-6 over Spruce Creek tonight.
Yeah, and look, that's a good Spruce Creek team. I think Spruce Creek last year was 9-2. and they went 4-0 in their district. So when you look at what Andrew Jackson did tonight, it's impressive. I mean, it really is. You go back through the wins that they've had, and week after week, I think they've won 4 games in a row now, Andrew Jackson?
Yeah, 4 in a row.
That's impressive.
No question about that. We just had Wolfson's head coach, 51-9 over Harvest Community. They were winners tonight. Providence, 26-12 over North Florida Educational. How about Fletcher? 21-13 over Nice. Seatric Faison and the Senators get to 2-2 on the year.
Yeah, Fletcher's played some really close ball games this year. They've played, week 1 was a 7-point game. I think the next week was a 2-point game. They've played a lot of close games. And like we had Seatric on the program earlier tonight, and he said we knew those first 4 ball games were going to be really tough. And he said that's why we scheduled them the way that we did. And so Fletcher's played, again, in a lot of close ball games. That's going to make them better as we go down the stretch here.
All 4 of their games have been decided by 8 points or less. We'll come back, make the victory lap, make the turn for home here under the Friday Night Lights, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights postgame. We are presented by Duck Duck Plumbing and Septic Services with Andrew Gibson, the hacker Ryan Green with you on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
O knows.
What's the O stand for?
His name is John Osher.
Oh, let's just say that your name is legend in these parts.
And when it comes to the Jags, he knows a lot. Wednesdays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Brought to you by Kingfish Pest Control.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey, school's in session, and here's today's lesson. We have hundreds of certified vehicles to choose from, starting as low as $89.99, and they come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile peace of mind warranty. That means it'll still be under warranty when you can drive. Plus, every purchase allows us to fund teachers' projects the entire school year. Your next assignment, get to Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Your deadline is September 30th. We're here to wow you and our teachers.
Estate cleanouts, hoarding cleanouts, old appliances, and even tools. There are tons of reasons why you or someone you know may need expert help clearing space. J-Dog Junk Removal will responsibly help you free up space. That means when they leave your place, it looks better. Whether it's you or a loved one that needs one type of clean out at your home, trust the veterans at J-Dog Junk Removal. Veteran-owned and operated. Call 844-GET-JDOG or visit jdog.com.
This is your Mad Dad's Update with Chapter President Donald Ford. Mad Dad's is gearing up for our 14th annual motorcycle ride on September 24th. The ride is in support of victims that have died in a violent crime. The ride will begin at Harley-Davidson at I-95 in Bay Meadows, zigzag through the city where murders and shootings have occurred. It will end at Edgewood and London. We will go through Arlington to the east side, north side, Paxton, west side, Lackawanna, and end at Edgewood and London. There will be a celebration at the end of the ride for families who have had a loved one die from a violent nature. The ride will begin at 11 a.m. We're asking everyone to stand out and give us a shout out. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think. For information about Mad Dad, go to Mad Dad's Jacksonville Chapter Facebook or MadDadJacksonville.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
You know the rule. Fall is for football. Yeah, but don't forget golf. The Golf Club of Southampton wants to remind you if football takes up most of your weekend, then tee it up during the week at Southampton. Call 287-PLAY and set up a foursome and see the great shape the course is in right now. When temps start to cool, your golf game should be heating up at Southampton. Check out the great things going on with the tremendous practice area, a course that offers tees for every skill level, and a great group of people to take care of you. It's all happening at Southampton.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about exceptional customer service. From the first call to the final inspection, Superior's team provides first-class care with great communication, friendly installers, and quality fence products. There's a reason why Superior is the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your new fence today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
This is Brandon with North Florida Epoxy Floors. Our product gives you a custom high-quality appearance and the longest-lasting finish at a more affordable price. So for your garage, home, or business, research the difference between 100% solids epoxy and the products like polyurea, which can be kinda fishy. Our epoxy includes a moisture vapor barrier, essential in Florida, so your North Florida epoxy floor looks great and is warranted with no fine print. Get a free estimate at northfloridaepoxyfloors.com.
This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From roll and lock bed covers to Lear toppers to cam locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years, you can count on Catlin.
Get your orange and blue nuggets of news
on 1010XL.
Join me, Lauren Brooks, as I analyze the Florida Gators athletic program on the Gator Report.
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights, brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services on 1010XL.
Wrapping up week 4 of the Friday Night Lights postgame. Florida State, by the way, a winner tonight, 35-31 over Louisville. Two things here, all right? Before we get to Tim Krause of Bishop Kenny, he'll be our final coach of the night. Number one, that is a good win for Florida State amidst the circumstances, okay? Jordan Travis gets hurt. Tate Rodemaker comes in and looked pretty good, and they win on the road, haven't beat Louisville in a couple of years. So that's a good win. But, dude, on social media right now, Florida State fans are making it seem like they just beat the 85 Bears, all right? That Louisville team is horrible. That defense is bad, and they're going to fire Scott Satterfield. So, again, it's a high school program. We're not going to get too much into college. I just had to get that off my chest. I cannot believe the celebration going on social media right now for beating one of the worst teams in the ACC in the Louisville Cardinal. Gibby, I said my piece. I'll leave it at that.
Yes, you did. But for as bad as the Louisville defense is, they had 495 yards on Florida State's defense tonight.
Yeah.
So back and forth game.
Hey, good win for Florida State. Just pump the brakes a little bit. It's not exactly like you beat Clemson or NC State or Miami tonight. It's a good win.
They're 3-0.
They're 3-0.
Let's ask Coach Krause what he thinks about it.
Tim Krause of Bishop Kenny here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. I'm a Canes fan too, so you can get after Florida State all you want.
The celebration is a little much for beating a bad Louisville team. All right, Absolutely. You guys, good win tonight. Homecoming. You're now 4-0 on the year. You must be very, very happy with your team.
Yeah. We didn't play our best game I think early on tonight, and found a way to get some things corrected, which was great for us. To have to go through that process and get a chance to play some younger players as well. So, we feel like we're in a good spot. Obviously, our schedule just continues to build kind of from here on out as we get towards district play. So, always want to try to be an ascending football team, and I think we are that.
Coach, always great to have you on. Appreciate you jumping on late into the night here. Really appreciate also your help this morning getting James Reeser on. We actually aired that interview on our halftime show on the Bishop Kenny broadcast tonight, so I want to say thank you for that. Tell us about James, his development. Pretty cool to see him commit to Iowa this week.
Yeah, really happy for James. I think it's a really great fit for him at the University of Iowa. It's a place that, his family's originally from the Midwest. He's got some family in Iowa, so it's comfortable for him. I think he had the chance. Sometimes kids nowadays just like the recruiting process, and he's not that kid. It wasn't about how many offers he could get or how much publicity he'd get. It was about finding the right fit, and I think he found a fit that's great for him and his first family.
Coach, the bottom line, 4-0 is 4-0. You can't get any better than that a month into the year. Do you feel like these first 4 games have prepared you guys as the schedule now starts to get a little bit tougher?
Yeah, I think, you look at when we scheduled some of these games early on, obviously Sequoia Creek has turned out to be a really good program and a team that we had to play really good football to beat last week. Middleburg's had a little bit of a rough start here at the beginning of the season, but we saw some teams that I think ran the ball physically against us that we were able to hold up on defense, which is something that, traditionally has been a struggle for us. And we saw a bunch of different styles of teams too, which is good. You see teams that spread it around, try to run it down our throats a little bit. And it's been good for us to get that variety. We're going to get some more variety next week in West Nassau as well. So, it's kind of, as we look at building the schedule, it's kind of what we wanted to see to get ourselves ready and prepared for district play coming up.
Tim, I think you guys had a couple of defensive touchdowns tonight. I've just been so impressed by the defensive effort that you guys have put up in the last several games.
Yeah, we did. We had Boyd Curry scored 2 of our seniors who did a great job for us for a while. Boyd Curry had a touchdown, scoop and score, and then Price Watson had an interception return for a touchdown. So really, really happy for those kids in their senior homecoming. But, yeah, our defense is playing really good football right now, and I think we've got a really good rotation of players. We got a little more depth than we've had in the past, and we've got some guys that are just playmakers for us, doing a really nice job. So Coach McPherson that we brought over this year has been a huge addition for us just in, getting our defense kind of to the next level. We felt like we played good defense last year, but needed to get ourselves in position to win some really big football games down the stretch here. So, excited to keep building and add to our kids' toolbox for the next couple weeks.
Coach, congratulations, 4-0. I will be in touch with you early next week as Hackers High School Football Tour. The next stop will be Bishop Kenny next week on that episode. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks. Look forward to seeing you this week.
Tim Krause of Bishop Kenny. All right, Gibby, we got about 2 minutes to go. Kind of final thoughts from the look at the scoreboard here. Again, Fleming Island falling to Oakleaf, Creekside falling to Buchholz, Trinity over Bowles. Certainly some big games tonight with big-time outcomes.
Yeah, I think Trinity Christian beating Bowles tonight, they cemented themselves, I think, in my mind, as the best team in Jacksonville. I think we knew going into that game that it was going to be a tough game for both teams because Bowles, look, the reality is Bowles is dealing with some injuries right now. Their quarterback is hurt. But look, I mean, Trinity Christian has got a monster in the backfield, a couple guys that can run the football. Colin Hurley might have had his best game last week, and they won this week against Bowles. I would think that Trinity has really established themselves, in my mind, as the best team in Jacksonville. Bartram Trail has really put it together on the defensive side. They've given up 10 points the last 2 weeks combined to Daytona Beach Mainland and Tallahassee Lincoln.
Yeah, that was a great win for Bartram last night.
24-7 was that score. Oakleaf really opened some eyes tonight after beating Fleming Island.
Yeah, look, next week we're, believe it or not, at the halfway point for some schools. It'll be week number 5 under the Friday Night Lights. District play has begun pretty much all over Northeast Florida, and we will do it all over again 7 days from now. Gibby, I enjoyed it, my man.
Yeah, man. Always fun.
That is Andrew Gibson. You get him every afternoon on The Frangie Show and, of course, every Friday night here under the Friday Night Lights. Dylan Denmark was your producer. Dylan, great job as always. I'm the hacker, Ryan Green, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Friday Night Lights, we have been presented by Duck Duck Plumbing and Septic Services. We'll be back next Friday night to do it all over again. I will talk to you on Sunday for the 5th quarter following the Jaguars and the Colts. Until Sunday night, have an absolutely terrific weekend, everybody.
Former Jaguars QB David Garrard joins Jaguars Today to talk.